Welcome to the 9.2 video about the addition formulas, day 2. So remembering back to the good old days or to the 9.1 day 1 video, these are a couple new formulas for you to know. You will either be given a half sheet with all the formulas for chapter 9 or is on Schoology for you. Please use those. We don't want you to memorize these formulas. Just use the cheat sheet and make sure you know how to use the formulas. So a little bit of application with these now. So if I wanted to use the addition formula to calculate a value of a trigonomic function. So for example, we could be given sine of s equals 3/5, where s is between 0 and pi half. So when in doubt, I'm going to draw a picture. It's between 0 and pi half, so I know it's in the first quadrant here. And I know the sine of s, so this is angle s, is 3/5. Okay, nothing new there. Now, just always a good idea to find the other side. So using Pythagorean theorem, I can find that this side is 4. Okay, that's all about sine of s. Then, on the other hand, I'm given the sine of angle t is -√3/4, where t is now between pi and 3 pi over 2. So I'm going to graph that now. Always a good idea to have that picture. Now it's between pi and 3 pi over 2, so that's in this third quadrant here. Sine -√3/4. And again, good idea to find that other side. For this one, I am going to show the Pythagorean theorem, just so that we're all on the same page. Well, it would be -√3 squared plus my unknown squared would equal my hypotenuse squared. This would then mean this is 3 plus x squared equals 16. X squared would equal then 13. Take the square root of both sides. Remember, you're putting in the square root, so you need to put the plus minus. And I'm going to call this angle t just so that we have that there. So x equals plus or minus √13. Now you have to realize, because we're going in the negative direction, this x is actually -√13. Okay, nothing really new there. Now the whole point is I want to compute sine of s minus t. Well, looking at the formula for what sine of s minus t is, looking at the formula right above, you have sine of s minus t is going to equal the sine of angle s, the cosine of angle t, minus the cosine of angle s, sine of t. Now again, do not memorize that. Just make sure you know how to use the formula. All that means is we're going to take each element, put them in, and then simplify. So I'm going to try to keep my colors the same. Sine of s, so looking at my blue function, my blue graph, sine of s is 3/5. Cosine of t, so flip into red, cosine of t would be -√13/4. We're subtracting cosine of s. Well, cosine of s is 4/5. Sine of t would be -√3/4. Okay, so it's a good idea why I found each side of the triangle, because I'm going to need it when I plug into the formula. So now I go with my simplifying. Just multiply your fractions together. This would be -3/13/20 minus, actually negative, so plus 4√3/20. Because we have common denominators, let's just simplify together. So really, sine of s minus t is -3√13 plus 4√3 all over 20. Okay, so this really builds on everything we've worked on so far. One more thing I want to mention is when you're doing your homework, there are identities. So have so much fun with those. All you have to remember is that you're using your your half sheet or the sheet on Schoology with all of your formulas. So far we know these formulas up here. Use those, combine like terms, cancel out whatever you need. Working on one side is the better option. Best of luck!